remaining pieces of the historic James Whalen tug were moved today to the Pool 6 dock. The Transportation Museum of Thunder Bay got some help from a local crane company and a tugboat with a barge to transport the smokestack, the wheelhouse, and other components from the Patterson dock near the swing bridge to their new home next to the Alexander Henry icebreaker. Jonathan Wilson has the story.
It was an emotional day for Transportation Museum President Wally Peterson, as a chunk of the hull from the 1905 James Whalen tug, along with several other pieces, were carefully lifted off a barge and onto the Pool 6 property next to the Alexander Henry, where they'll be preserved with the group's other historic transportation artifacts.
Well, today we're moving the final pieces of the James Whalen to our site. We started this 10 years ago when the TMTB was formed to try and get the Whalen and preserve it and take it off the city's hands.
A complete demolition of the 120-year-old ship was approved by City Council in April, despite pleas by the Transportation Museum Group to preserve the top portion of the Whalen for a public display at Pool 6. The demolition company ended up working with the group to donate a few key items from the vessel. The transporting of those items began in the morning at the Patterson dock. The museum group got a good deal from the crane and tugboat companies, as the wheelhouse and other pieces were placed onto a barge, floated to the Pool 6 dock, and then lifted onto the property, which the group leases from the city. Peterson says the city had no involvement in this move.
The city council voted that they were just going to scrap the hull, and it was up to us. So it's been all our volunteers and people working with the companies like LH North and Thunder Bay Tugs, and of course Thunder Bay Engineering, who let us keep the artifacts on their site. And we worked out a deal with them, worked out a deal with these guys, and now it's here.
The pieces of the Whalen were then lifted and moved a second time at Pool 6. Peterson says they'll spend the next year or more turning those pieces into a fitting display.
We're going to arrange the pieces so that the stern piece will be closest to the lighthouse that's down there, and then we'll have the skylight. We're hoping to get a little piece of the bow from Harbor Metals. So we'll have the bow there, we have the anchors to bring in, so we're going to arrange it to kind of look like the hull did. We're then going to restore the wheelhouse and the captain's quarters, and we'll be putting in a display of the James Whalen and what it did and how it worked in that part of the wheelhouse.
Jonathan Wilson, TBT News.